Squatch-D TV, they're on the case. Steve and Chris, no mystery they can't face. Busting hoaxes, exposing lies. They're the champs of the Bigfoot mystery. Bringing truth, science, and clarity. Squatch-D TV, they're the real deal. Uncovering the truth, it's time to reveal. Squatch-D TV, take us on your quest. Find the legend, put the rumors to rest. Late at night, shadows creeping. Deep in the woods, secrets lay sleeping. Oh yeah. Squatch-D TV, they're on the case. Steve and Chris, no mystery they can't face. Busting hoaxes, exposing lies. They're the champs of the Bigfoot mystery. Bringing truth, science, and clarity. Squatch-D TV, they're the real deal. Uncovering the truth, it's time to reveal.
Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Coles, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And good evening, cyberspace. Welcome to the Friday Night Bigfoot Show right here on Squatch-D TV. Today's date is July 26, 2024. I'm your host, your guide, the Squatch Detective Steve Coles, along with my co-host right down there, Mr. Chris Bennett. Hello, Chris. How are you?
How you doing, Steve? I'm doing fine down here in Kentucky, bud. We've warmed up a little bit, but other than that, we all right. How you been feeling? Your neck doing okay, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot's starting to wear off. Got my next shot coming up right after I get back from Hocking Hills.
Well, hopefully, yeah, it'll hang in there a little bit longer until you get that next one.
Yeah, it'll be all right. I'll survive. You know, remember that song? We will survive.
Yeah. What's the weather been like up there in New York, bud? You been hot or y'all been cooling it?
Well, I've been in the house, so I've been cool.
Well, obviously.
I ain't got much to be doing outside.
Yeah, this time of year, man, we've had pretty good heat wave,
Yep.
but like you, I have been in the house cooling
Yep.
it. But, yeah.
Yes. And we're going to do our roll call in a minute, folks. I see we got actually one of our
Look at some of the chat.
guests, Brent, just snuck in from the tall ones. That's
Oh, I
good
see.
deal.
Yeah, hey,
He's
Brent.
hanging with Mom. Hello, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
You got one heck of a son there. So anyway, it's been quite an interesting week. As people have seen on the this is one of my favorite graphics I've ever done.
Yeah, it was mine too. And matter of fact, I was upstairs looking at the computer, and you mentioned something about check out the thumbnail, and so I opened up on the upstairs computer, looked at it, and I decided I better be wearing my Steve Irwin shirt because it looks like we might be getting into the jungle here tonight.
And
what's the Bigfoot? He's got a TV with the acolyte.
well, he's got a computer screen.
Computer
There's
screen.
the internet trolls, and I just
Okay.
happened to throw the acolyte up there because that's where that show belongs.
Oh man!
And my God, unbelievable! Do you know on Rotten Tomatoes the Star Wars Holiday Special had a better ranking than the acolyte?
I could see that. I could. I know this is not a show about TV, but I know there are a lot of guys out here and gals that like Star Wars stuff too. and these off spins of the Star Wars. And that Acolyte to me was one of the worst, if not the worst so far.
The story did not progress well.
No,
The storyline was very poor. The scenes were seemed forced and very superficial. Yeah. It was more flash, like, oh, there's a lightsaber and we're all supposed to be excited about that. And then of course they took a couple of cheap pops. And spoiler alert, so if you want to watch the series and you spoil, remember, just mute out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It didn't help that they killed off 90% of the cast.
Right. Yeah.
What have I got to look forward to next year?
Well,
2 people in the entire,
are, is all the males in outer space, are they all feminine? I mean, kind of girly men? Because that's the impression that I got, that most of the guys there was.
Yeah, I mean, our main character, our main Jedi there, was a pansy. He was always like, oh, he was always, it was just horrible.
Yeah.
You know,
To me, I felt like there was some social messaging in there, and I don't watch this stuff for social messaging. I can get that on the internet if I wanted to read it, but
I don't read that much into it. But the bottom line is, had it been a good storyline or a strong storyline, the characters were more stronger, I probably would have enjoyed it much more. Regardless of what message.
Give me more Mandalorian, okay? Mandalorian, that was just awesome.
Or even Ahsoka.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Ahsoka.
And Darth in there a little bit.
And unfortunately, some people didn't like the Book of Boba Fett. I thought that was pretty interesting myself, and I was looking forward to a season 2, but they opted not to go for a season 2. I'm thinking that they're probably not going to offer a season 2 of The Acolyte, but right now they're hell bent on agendas, so they just may force it.
Boy, I would rather see another season of either The Mandalorian or Boba Fett. That would be good.
Yep. I don't even know if they're doing another season of Mandalorian. I haven't really read up on that. I know that
they could have ended it like where it was.
The next season coming up of any Star Wars series is going to be Andor season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of enjoyed Andor. I mean, you didn't like it because it wasn't very action oriented. It was more political.
But it was better than The Acolyte.
Oh, much better. I thought it was very smart. What I liked about Andor was it explores the character a bit more than. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to our roll call for the night. Enough about our
Star Wars. Sorry, guys. We get to talking about. Steve is kind of a Star Wars nerd, and I am too. So sometimes we gotta get off track a little bit.
Yeah, well, it didn't hurt that it didn't help that I was 8 years old when the first Star Wars movie came out. My mom took me to the movies, and that was it. Script written. Anyway, first in tonight, Walter Kroll. Good evening, Walter. Lance Windsor. Good evening, Lance. Buttworm. What's up, Buttworm? Tennessee Cherokee. Grasshopper. Nikki from Sasquatch Secrets.
Hey, Nikki.
Angel Nolan. Jeff from Pine Island Research. Jeffro, good to see you, brother. Don Gamau Jr., Sasquatch Research, Maine. Hello. Jeff D. Smith. What's up, Jeff D? Up the bouncer. Jen is in the house. Hello, Jen.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you next week at Hocking Hills. A week from today, we'll be in Hocking Hills doing day 1. The tall ones. Brent, what's going on, my brother? Again, hello again. And hello to your mom as well. Angel Nolan. Hello, Angel. David Parker, good to see you.
David.
Kathy Zabrowski. Hello, Kathy. Welcome to the show. Steve. Good to see you, Just Steve.
Kathy.
Hello.
Steve.
He's going to watch in the morning with his coffee. Hopefully we won't let us spit out. Bigfoot Batman. Hello, Bigfoot Batman.
Right.
Welcome.
New one. Yeah.
New one. Yep.
Cool.
We have a lot of new subscribers since last week. We have about another 15 new subscribers this week. So welcome.
And welcome to all the lurkers out there.
Now, Sunday, we do more of our traditional programming where we have a basic agenda. Friday nights, we're kind of loose sometimes when we do. Sometimes we have a news program. Sometimes we We just, BS about Bigfoot and, the internet and everything that involves. Maybe we come up with some stories. Last week we had we started with a topic. No, last week we didn't have a show, but last Sunday we had a hell of a topic.
Yeah.
About the Homo naledi and, the Australopithecines and the Ardipithecines, the Homo sapien, the Homo genus, and a ton of stuff. Homo heidelbergensis, Homo floresiensis, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthalensis, all of those, or Neanderthalensis. That's the actual, that one. I just rather call them Neanderthals. Denisovans or Denisovans, as you would like to pronounce, as Popeye would say, pronunciate that.
Steve's going to say Denisovans, and I'm going to say Denisovans.
Well, nuclear.
Tomato, or Demeter.
But anyway, so now that we're a couple of months past some really, we're a few months past our that issue we had with the bullshit copyright strikes. Pardon my French. Now we're about a couple of months past the horrible trolling that I took. And that was horrible, and we ended up getting the guy's channel shut down because of it. You want to talk about?
He deserved it.
Oh, God. It's when somebody changes their entire channel to have my face in their banner, and then on 90% of their videos, just like 10-second videos, calling names, all kinds of like crazy things.
It all boiled down to because you exposed his.
I exposed his hoax.
Yeah, Bob Gimlin hoax that was AI.
Right.
And you just locked that up. That's no problem. Proved it.
And he ran a Dogman channel out of the UK, so you can kind of figure out what his username was.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came down to it, they kind of shut him down. I looked at his main channel; he only had 126 subscribers. So it's like, whatever, dude.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
Yeah, that's a horrible start.
Well, depending on what kind of content you got going with, some people might like it, some might not.
Right.
I know I didn't like the content he did on the fake channel with Bob Gimlin's fake confession and all that stuff.
Hey, we had a couple other. Robert Nunziata is in the house. Hello, Robert. And then he even said Disney is too worried about the DEI woke agenda. Very true.
I'm with you, Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Kathleen Kennedy even had said that.
I watched that for the
And
entertainment.
hey, we're two C's. What, two C's?
Two C's.
And smash that like. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
And welcome. Welcome to the family. This with this channel, we don't candy coat stuff. We call BS. If you want the real truth about the Bigfoot mystery, this is really the one of the places to be. There are a lot of other great channels. The tall ones, Brent, Sasquatch Secrets, Nikki, great channels that always want to, of course, Pine Island Research, Jeff. Yeah, those are channels that focus on the truth. Tom Steenberg's channel, great thing. The Buckwist Crew, another great channel. Tactical Bigfoot Research.
Brian has been putting out a lot of good stuff lately.
Yeah, Brian and Chewy Go Hiking. Central Florida Bigfoot.
Oh, Matt.
Matt down in Florida, all great channels. And a lot of the great channels, if you go to the show page, if you go to our main channel page at the bottom, you'll see all the channels that we consider friends. And those are some great channels to look at. And they're not putting out, what I consider internet trolls, as well as the folks that put out crap all the time. There's one new channel out there. And they're taking everybody else's material and putting it up. I'm like, how are they getting, how are they moving along without getting copyright strikes? I mean, when you're posting a full-on documentary and nobody's copyright striking that. But my God, if I break wind the wrong way, I'm getting a copyright strike, right?
One frame, a photo capture of one frame, and they're all over you. You know what? A tenth of a second or something.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Yes, and that was the BS we dealt with whatever his name of his stupid show is, legend in his own mind, who brings on hoaxers and people that tell stories with no evidence, or people that make allegations with no evidence. And that's what we're totally against. And to me, that's just you're a troll channel. When you have a channel that's set up to just lie to people and give them garbage, that's just trolling people. That's getting their attention over to you for a response.
Yeah.
And that's all they're looking for. What does a troll look for? They put in something controversial to elicit a response, and that's what a lot of these channels doing, including both of the knuckleheads that tried copyright striking us, a few months back.
They just want those clicks.
They want
we're
those.
More about we're more about research and
I'll give you a great example. We didn't have a show last Friday. Why didn't we have a show, Chris? Because the topic, as I was getting ready for the topic, I thought this would be really, but then I said, it was like Homo naledi. I want to talk more about the surrounding of that so people can better understand the importance of Homo naledi. And as it turned out, I was like, I just can't get all this information done and to give you guys a good presentation in the time I had and in the time constraint we had usually for Friday. Now we can go over on a Friday. That's never a problem, but I just had so much information I wanted to give to the audience that I said, nope, I'm not doing a show. Quality over quantity. Much more important.
Naledi was a really, really interesting find, and they were really shocking. And that, oh my God, I found that documentary, and I think it was on Netflix. I'm not certain.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, that if you didn't catch last Sunday's show, watch it. It's a great breakdown of all the different types of early man and early primates, and a great discussion. And that chart is spectacular, how it all branches off and shows you where the branches came off of.
On that documentary, I think it's Netflix. Don't hold me to it, but I think it's Netflix.
It is. Yes, it is.
It's very good because they talk about how these little guys, they've got a brain capacity about 1/3 the size of the human, yet they buried their dead. So, wow.
Right. Although that's still controversial, and I'll make that clear. It's not necessarily accepted by science yet that they buried their dead. That's their working hypotheses. I tend to think that, there is a possibility, playing devil's advocate, that they could have just been caught up in the cave. The cave could have collapsed. They all could have starved to death because none of them really had any trauma to them. And you would think if you had so many bodies, at least one of them would have died of trauma.
Well, yeah, but at the beginning on the outside, though, if you watch that documentary, they found one grave where they excavated one grave. And the rest were on way back in the cave where they had to climb down that 100 feet or whatever it was. And there was just a pile of them back there.
Now I'm going to interdict something into this. As some know that I've had a history with the paranormal community for a while. Mm-hmm. And one of the folks I'm actually friendly with is Bill Brock and Corey Heinzen. Corey Heinzen was the former owner of the Conjuring House, and back when when Corey first bought it, I was actually at the Rhode Island Paranormal Conference, seeing my old friends Carl and Keith, the demonologists, and I met. Wow, I'm going off topic, so I'm kind of like scrambling my brain here a little bit, but also one of the people that I talked to, I was talking to frequently for a while, was Jason Hawes from TAPS Ghost Hunters.
Yeah,
and so I got the invite when I was at Rhode Island. by Bill. Bill's like, hey, this is my buddy Corey. Well, you know what? After the conference, why don't you come over to the house? Like, what house? He goes, the Conjuring house. Come on over. So I got to go to the Conjuring house.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
And they gave me a tour of the place, and I got them. And the funny thing is what a landmark moment it was, because who was in the Conjuring house? But Roger Perone and Andrea Perone, the father and one of the daughters, were there.
Oh, cool.
So I got to meet them
in real life.
Got to meet them. Yeah, Andrea is a sweetheart. Really cool place. And, you talk to Bill Brock, who is a very big, and self-admittedly by a very big skeptic of the very big skeptic of the paranormal.
Right.
Yeah, he stayed at the place for a month. He couldn't take it anymore. He was like, Corey ended up selling it because he couldn't take it anymore.
Right. That house was at the center of the movie that they made.
Right. Now the movie was very,
right.
The movie was very heavily Hollywoodized, but there was a lot of stuff going on. And so anyway, they ended up selling the house to this woman, and she kept them on as staff. And then she ended, it was just from what the reports are going, grass actually, not taps. The accusations were coming, not about Jason, but about, Grant with the whole jacket pull thing. And actually, Jay Hawes actually did address that recently, because Jason is actually becoming very more proactive, and he's becoming a YouTuber more and more every day. But anyway, so these people weren't getting paid, and Jason's daughter Satori was involved with it and everything like that, and whatever the case is, they ended up doing a mass exodus. All the staff basically left, with the exception of a couple. Now, within the last 2 weeks, the two that were left also left. Well, one was fired because the owner said that the spirits were telling her that he was stealing from her. Yeah, I mean, totally. So where does this all? Where Jason was bringing into this that then she on her Facebook page, the Conjuring House Facebook page, just a lot of vitriol stuff from this woman. That's like, it's like really wackadoodle. But
went from paranormal to drama.
Right. Oh, drama normal. But anyway, so Jason did a video with the former employees, and they were saying how they didn't get paid, and then they were told promise one thing, and then these crazy, all this nonsensical stuff. A few days later, she ends up posting this video with this pickup truck in it that's backing up, and she's claiming Jason Hawes tried to assassinate her. Yeah, like really some wackadoodle stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that stuff is really just booming on the internet right now.
This is better than the Red Box scandal.
Oh, the Red Box scandal. Yes, I saw that too. That's unbelievable. They scammed them out of their benefit money.
Yeah.
They took their benefit money and never paid the insurance carriers.
Yeah, if you guys hadn't checked that out, check out the Red Box scandal that's going on now.
They took all their 401k money and never deposited it.
Their employees were paying in insurance premiums for their health insurance every week.
And 401k. And 401k.
And the Red Box company was keeping that money and not even paying the premiums or setting them up 401k. It's bad. It's bad. They
went bankrupt about a month ago, and they laid everybody off. They fired everybody basically, and their insurance premiums got canceled a month earlier. So they hadn't been paying. They've been taking their money the whole month of April, not paying anybody. And then when the time came for the day to pay,
they just back there making it rain, throwing parties or something because nobody got paid except the big bosses. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Right.
But okay, we're way off the topic.
That's right.
We've got to steer back.
But where it becomes important is this whole drama thing. As Jason made a great point, is that some internet trolls are dangerous. This dude from the UK, had he been in the United States anywhere near me, I would have been worried, because the guy was so obsessed with me. He was obsessed with me.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a thing for Steve. He sure did.
Yeah. Now, I was I was hurt. I'm home all the time. This guy apparently works, but he was spending all his free time trying to conjure up in his mind with his little high school mentality of or even, middle school mentality.
Great, yeah.
Trying to get my goat, and all I'm doing is sitting there going, slapping him down. And eventually his channel got taken away. But what I was saying about Jay saying that this has become dangerous because, a person is, when you deal with the internet and people wonder why, and people like Brent and Nikki, they put their real names out there all the time. I do as well. I always have.
Yeah.
But there is a danger to all that, and people don't understand. I've made enemies, even though I don't, take a lot of things to a personal level unless they do something to me. Little dog boy, what did I call him? Mutt. Mutt took things personal, so he's on my bad side. I don't want to ever see that guy in my neighborhood, because if I do, I'll, it won't be pretty.
John Ayers said, Steve, it's just your good looks driving him nuts.
Likely.
Oh man, I wish I was pretty enough to have a stalker. I ain't got the looks for it, but that's okay. But we don't. I don't really much. I don't mind having my name out on the internet. I'm not really worried about people coming by the house.
Yeah, well, how many Chris Bennetts are there in the country?
Well, there's quite a few. Yeah, I know.
And not many. There's only one Steve Coles.
Yeah.
And the reason why is, again, I found out my name was changed when we came over to the United States.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm the only Steve in my family. So,
I got added on to, let's see.
Well, I'm the only Steve Coles in my family, I should say.
The lead singer of the Bangles added me as a friend on her homepage from the Bangles. Now, I can't remember. Susanna Hoffs, I think was her name.
And you know why?
And then she unfriended me. And damn it was because there was this singer named Chris
Bennett. Yep.
Wrong one. I thought, oh my God, Susanna Hoffs wants to be friends with me, and I loved the Bengals back in the day.
Oh no, the office assistant, for people that don't know, the office assistant who's in his place right now taking a nap. He's had a busy work schedule today. That's not the protector, the one that has protection duty. Watch this. Hang on.
Is he coming?
Okay, she's here, but she's being silly and she's laying on the floor on her back. But I have a full-size German Shepherd. Right here.
Oh yeah, she's a big girl,
and she's got the bark. So now that Hope is here, the office assistant is now down on the floor playing with her. So, good evening, Ristel. Nice of you to join us.
Ristel, welcome.
But anyway, yeah, so it becomes a situation where, people can find my address. I don't hide my address. There's no sense in it. I was a licensed private investigator, so my address had to be out there anyway. I'm a notary public, so my address is out there anyway. So yeah, there's always, but I live in a good, secure neighborhood. I live in a private community, so that's kind of a good thing. But yeah, I gotta say that, sometimes you go to these events and you wonder if somebody's gonna, not take or take a swing at me or try some chicanery. Yeah. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen because most of the time, these internet trolls are paper champions. But what you got to worry about is the ones that get very obsessive and compulsive.
Right.
And like the UK guy, Mutt, he was like I was all he thought about You know,
It's
when
pretty
you turn
obvious. Yeah.
when you turn around and change your banner with my face on it, trying to slander me and make accusations, and that was because I busted his hoax and actually drug him out as a hoaxer. And until that time, he wasn't known as a hoaxer. He was thought as vitriolic at times. He thought he was, but then he tried that fake Bob Gimlin AI
Right.
video, AI audio, I should say, and
Well, that was
that
the
kind
only video
that
on
kind of
that
outed him.
channel. Yeah, that was the only video on that channel, and he was getting subscribers from that
Right.
because that was drawing a lot of people to his
Right.
channel, and they were subscribing because of this fakery. And
Right.
once you exposed it as AI,
You know how
complete
much of the
out
rest of his stuff is bullshit. Pardon my French.
all of it, it's questionable. Every bit of it.
I mean, no offense to those who like the Dogman stuff, but like the whole topic of lycanthropy is suspect to me a lot by channels that come out with a lot of stuff on it. Now I understand if there's channels out there like our good friend Tex who does a podcast and good guy, and he truly believes in there may be something to this. Jody Cook, who's been on, he truly believes there may be something to this. I have no qualms with people like that, but there's people like the Bigfoot community, like in the Bigfoot community, that try to capitalize on stuff, and the folks that try to start crap with us and try to get our channel taken down a couple of months ago started off as a researcher, but got exposed pretty much that his stuff is crap, and that his research techniques are crap, and that he lying about different research aspects, caught blatantly, and turns around and starts going on this clickbait circus. As far as the how to hunt guy, he's got a lot of ideas that I don't particularly agree with. He's gotten in with the wrong crowd. But and a lot of his posts are suspect. Like, he doesn't really hoax, but he clickbaits a lot. He puts up a trail cam photo of somebody else and say, "What would you think if you found this?" And everybody thinks it's him, and he doesn't respond to it. So it's kind of suspect there. But he does his own thing, and that's fine. But I don't care for him attacking Bob Gimlin and then raising the alarm that the Gimlin crowd may have assassinated Bobby Short. That rumor was going around after Bobby Short had passed. Yeah, it was like ridiculousness. Making claims that Jeff Meldrum is a government agent. That's the Ketchum crew. That these people are government agents.
I've heard that about you too. I think you're part of the Men in Black.
You never know.
You're one responsible for making the Georgia Bigfoot body disappear, I think. I'm pretty sure.
No, I couldn't have. I could have made it disappear. I could have signed that NDA.
That's some of the conspiracies that are out there on the internet. If you just look around, you'll find them.
Yeah. Just
Coles is a Man in Black. He is.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. I'm just reaping the flipping rewards of that, ain't I? Which leads me to a whole nother. Is some of the troll comments you get on a YouTube channel. And there was one person that came on last week. I told Chris about it. It was kind of funny. Because sometimes I'll check in on comments. I haven't checked in on comments, so I'm going to check in on them tomorrow morning when I get up. But there was one comment I got last week saying, "Oh, nothing new, just the same old stuff." All you're trying to do is, make a living off of YouTube. All you're doing is making a living off of YouTube. Yeah, I'm making a living off of YouTube, all right. No offense. I mean, do I make some money? Yeah. Do I make enough money to make a living off of? Hell no, not even close.
This channel is not exactly Mr.
But
Beast.
look around. Look around. Look around. If there's nothing new to report, then there's nothing new to report. I am so skeptical on evidence that a lot of times there is nothing really new and worthwhile to report.
And that's why we started doing different shows too, different routines on Friday night, because when you do the Bigfoot news once a week, well, a lot of times it's the same story. There's nothing new. Or what was that Sasquatch Sunset movie? fills up about the first 3 search pages of Bigfoot and Sasquatch.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think these writers and these media outlets are getting lazy because it seems like they just recycle the same story. And it's like, 50 versions of the same story on 50 different websites.
And hey, Russ, here's the interesting thing.
Russ?
Yeah, wolf killer, nothing new to report in the past 6 years. Yeah, it's been really quiet. There's been, other than sighting reports, and there are some great sighting reports. Don't get me wrong about that. Yeah. And when we get them, we will put them out there. Matter of fact, I'll be making an announcement about what I'm doing in Logan, Ohio at the Hocking Hills Bigfoot Festival this year. But there has been really nothing new, spectacular to report in the last 6 years. No, Grass, I won't say that. You can always learn something because Bigfoot is a primate. And when and let me segue into this. I have started book number 5 already. And my last book, there is no Bigfoot. Then why are you here? I would say this, Walking Death. I would say this, Walking Death. Tread lightly, because you may be just the trolls we're talking about. Unless, of course, you do believe it, and you're just saying that because of the title tonight. So I don't know, but tread lightly.
There is no Bigfoot in the scientific record yet. That's true. That's true. But that doesn't mean that Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Goodbye.
Oh, now, Steve. Come on, man.
No. He. You know what he made? He made a comment. People talking out of their ass.
Oh, okay.
Well, boom. Goodbye.
That's not nice.
Yeah. Troll.
And sometimes I get troll comments on my channel sometimes too. One guy typed in. It's maybe been about 3 weeks ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. It's been a while. Typed in a mean comment. I mean, trying to be mean to me. He said, "You sound like a hillbilly." Or no, wait a minute. "You talk like a hillbilly." And I just, I responded, I said, "Oh, congratulations. That's because I am a hillbilly." Right. And I'm sorry, but
post a show about Bigfoot internet trolls, and an internet troll shows up.
Of course. It's a welcome. It's an invitation. Come on in. Oh, well.
Enjoy the band.
Oh, that's too cruel.
See, the funny thing is, folks, is for all you trolls out there, we used to ask for them when we had the call-in show. Remember that, Chris?
Yes.
Is there any troll out there? I want to hear a story. And we would get the funniest trolls coming in.
Every now and then, it was a good call would come in. It was pretty good.
Oh,
Robert.
Robert wants. Here, just look into my. It's disguised as a Sharpie. But yeah. See, there's an example of a internet troll right there. It is somebody that comes into a Bigfoot show and says there is no Bigfoot. Really? Show me the proof. Well, I'll tell you what. You show me the proof, because I have 560 some odd videos on this channel where we talk about proof in different aspects of this. So should I give him the Bronx cheer? Nah, I won't give you.
Don't worry about it, Steve. Don't worry.
Oh no, I'm having fun with this.
Don't let him get under your skin.
He's not at all, because my job is listen, brother, and if you're still out there watching, I'm not out to prove Bigfoot exists to anybody. You don't want to believe, that's fine. You want to start shit in my chat room? You're out of here. Simple as that. No big deal. I'm not out to prove that Bigfoot exists to anybody. People believe in Bigfoot. They come to the channel. They subscribe. They become members. They become great supporters. And they're here to learn the truth, the science, not the bullshit that you can really get people going with. Like, you want to troll somebody, troll the Ketchum group.
Oh man. But you know, everybody's got their own opinion, and that's good. But I think what it is those people that try to troll you, they want you to make the case and make them believe that Bigfoot exists.
No, they don't.
And
Well, what they want to do is they want to incite and get people flustered, and that's exactly why we did what we did. We got rid of him quick, put our guy up there, our band guy up there, and sayonara, because I'm not out to prove anything. I have nothing to prove to you, son. That's all I gotta say.
Grasshopper says driving around in the woods is worth the trouble. It is. I'll tell you what, man, you cannot get a better day out than to go out in nature, grab you a seat in the woods, and just sit there and relax and look around, listen to the birds sing, and enjoy the rhythm of the world. And if you spot a Bigfoot, well, that's just great. That's you won the lottery. If you didn't, man, you're gonna feel so soothed and relaxed after when you go get ready to go home from just being exposed to nature. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Best hobby a man could ever hope to have.
As opposed to the guy who had his clothes stolen while he was camping, then he was exposed in nature.
Well, that would be bad, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and that's true. There's nothing like putting a sandwich in the old bag and just sitting on a mountaintop eating a sandwich.
Right.
Having a Coke and a smile.
There you go. RC and a moon pie.
That's as hillbilly as you can get.
That's it. RC and a moon pie.
Russ says, like, if you're getting trolled, it means you're popular. Wish I got trolled. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Oh.
Bristol says I should bring a Snapple next time I go out to them. Beverage of choice.
Well, when I was going out in 2010, first of all, I didn't carry anything. Then I got a backpack. And because I was getting pretty far back. Okay.
Don't get me a Snapple.
I was going to the river, and then I was walking several miles downriver looking for signs and stuff. And so I started carrying water bottles with me. I started carrying hydrocal casting materials. I had some snacks in there. It was like I was going camping out, and I was just doing a day trek, And I don't do that anymore. It's too heavy. There's too much stuff to carry. It's not worth it.
Whoop, wrong button. But yeah. They see those type of trolls don't bother me. They come in and chat. They're like, boo, 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 blah, goodbye, see you later, have a nice day. And we get those once in a while, and that's fine. And here's somebody with and this is what the trolls don't get when they try to troll us. Is you come in and you try to make oh, Bigfoot isn't real. Prove to me it's real. Who the hell are you? You're a screen name. Goodbye. You don't run this show. We do. And so that's how we deal with trolls. Somebody trolls me on my own pages. They get banned, deleted. Goodbye. See you later. And that's happened too across all mediums: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. You get these trolling messages, and you just learn to deal with them. And I end up. The other thing I've been doing is I've been blocking a lot of people on Facebook that are posting hoaxes and reposting these old pictures. Like, oh, here we go again. And it's almost like Facebook has become a cottage industry now for phony Facebook accounts posting reused pictures, right. and then a little while later, they'll start posting products. Oh, look at this nice new Bigfoot shirt I had. Yeah. I got it at this, and they're trying to act like they are part of the Bigfoot community, and they got this neat new shirt. But what they actually are is making up 4 or 5 different accounts, going to the shirt company, and even if the shirt company's legitimate, I don't know. The shirt company.
I've noticed, that's why I don't really check into Facebook that often, because there's a lot of recycled stuff on there.
It's horrible.
they're not even coming up with their own stuff anymore. They're just
Well,
recycling
you
everybody
see,
else's.
and that in of itself is a good thing. You know why? Because people are going back to, instead of reporting it on Facebook like they did for many years, or even reporting it to YouTube, they're going to actual researchers, looking for actual researchers, waiting for a Bigfoot conference, waiting for, writing into the BFRO, writing into organizations, sending emails to organizations or to groups rather than going the Facebook route. Or they're looking for a Facebook group that has something like the New Hampshire Bigfoot Society. Great guy that runs that. Obviously, we go to people like that, or et cetera, et cetera. That's very true. Jeff said we should have a troll competition show, inviting everyone to troll. If the chat was full of trolls, would anyone be left to be offended? Probably not. I like I say, you can be tough on evidence, but yeah, you know what?
I think it's funny, when you get a troll that says there is no such thing as Bigfoot. Well, that's what they want to believe. That's fine by me. I don't care. I mean, if you believe in Bigfoot, if you've seen one, then you know they exist.
Or there is no Bigfoot in Land Between the Lakes.
Well, that's can't speak to specific areas, but as far as the things existing, yeah, I've seen them. And if you haven't, well, I can't help it. You haven't had that experience.
Right.
It's not going to bother me if you don't accept it. Matter of fact, I even recommend to people, I said, look, don't believe it for yourself until you see it. That's fine.
Right.
I can't blame people for being skeptical because I was skeptical too. Right up until the moment that I saw one of these hairy rascals, I was thinking in the back of my mind, well, it could be somebody, making fake prints. It could be somebody doing this,
right,
walling over in the woods at night. It could be some guys playing a hoax.
Hey, and there's Mike A, another Mike. new person. Hello, welcome Mike. Did Random Trolls comment earlier? You aren't a skeptic, you're a denier. People, that's right, and that's a good point. There's one thing, you're very right. He's not a skeptic, he's a denier, or he is a scofftic.
Scofftic, yep.
I love the term scofftic. Because what it is, it's a person that you're not going to be able to convince. If he had come in and said, listen, can you give me some reasons why Bigfoot does exist? I'm not really a believer. No problem with that. No problem with that. I would tell him to stick around, look at some of the videos. A lot of the stuff that we come across is fake or is misidentification or can be explained as pareidolia. A lot of that is true. But there are particular cases that are beyond explanation. That's fine. No problems there. But for a person to come in and say, oh, there is no Bigfoot, goodbye. That's why I said, the first thing I said is tread carefully. And then he said, oh, there's a lot of people talking out of their ass around here. Boom, goodbye. See you later.
Oh,
and then rude. Right. And then he comes up with, prove to me Bigfoot exists. Too late. You've already been banned because of your previous comment. Like I said, tread lightly. You don't come into a show like this, never being in the chat before, and make a comment like that. You can make a comment if you're out there listening or lurking. Please, if you want points, just come up and say, "Hey, I'm not so sure Bigfoot exists. In fact, I'm kind of skeptical about it. In fact, I'm a lot skeptical about it." There's Mick. Yeah. In fact, I'm a lot skeptical about it. But can you explain to me why you believe Bigfoot exists? And that's fine. That's fair. That's great. I understand. People can have their belief that way. They don't believe it. Just don't come in here and be rude about it. This is my house. And what do you think our house is? Bigfoot, the Bigfoot Mystery. That's what it is. That's why we threw in the new name, the Bigfoot Mystery Squatch-D TV, because Chris made a great point to me last week that, maybe people don't know what this channel is about. So maybe we should put the Bigfoot, something in there about Bigfoot. So we put the Bigfoot Mystery Squatch-D TV, and the name of the channel. Now I screwed that up a little bit because originally we had Sasquatch in it too, and it was just too long. So I went to take it out and I left a dash in there, and now I got to wait another week before I can take the dash out, thanks to YouTube rules. But it's all good. It's all good. We're still Squatch-D TV. We just put a little description in front of it.
That's what we talk about, the Bigfoot mystery, And if people want to see a video on Bigfoot, they're going to type in Bigfoot in the search engine. So, I think that's the right thing to do. We'll see.
Well, Mick, you're talking to us for one, so I don't think you're AI.
Done. You exist, Mick. We proved it.
So yeah. So anyway, let me segue real quick about Hocking Hills.
Oh, go ahead.
Next week, I have a twofold purpose. If we're able to get a live stream off like we did last year, we will do a live stream again. Live streaming about 7 to 8 hours of the show. Which your last? I am missing your last suggestion. You want to check that out?
Is that it? Imagine a stage at the conference with a panel of Bigfooters trying to outdo each other as Don Rickles of Bigfoot.
That's right. Excuse me, sir. Is that new cologne, Out as Sasquatch? But anywho,
it's Zabo, DM Zabo. Good to see you, man. Come on, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. And Sandra Piper's hanging out too. Hello, Sandra. So yeah, so what I'll be doing at Hocking Hills is we're going to try again for the live broadcast. It worked out pretty well last year streaming using my phone. I do now have a Chromebook that's connected to the internet as well, so I may be able just to stream off of the Chromebook.
Well, Steve, are you going to try to get some interviews with people that's had sightings? Maybe ask them to tell you a little bit.
And that's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to set up interviews. We're going to offer people to tell their Bigfoot story. We're going to sit them down. We're going to have them tell their Bigfoot story, and we're going to use that for content going forward on the thing. So every time I go to one of these, I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 people or 3 people to sit down. Now, Hocking Hills, I could be doing this all day long because there's 40,000 plus that show up to Hocking Hills.
Right.
So, but Whitehall, I should get a good amount of people that will sit down and talk to me as well. Pennsylvania, who knows? Maybe I'll get some folks to talk about there too. How to Squatch. That's right. Delicate hint of pine and cedar overwhelmed with an aroma of wet dog and ape BO. That is a beautiful description, Bristol. I appreciate that. Ape BO.
Bristol's very poetic.
Hey, Jeremiah from Bigfoot Society popped in as well. Hello, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, welcome.
So yeah, another great channel, the Bigfoot Society podcast. Again, for people looking for all our new people listening, wanting to, but we're going to try doing
Russ
that.
says, I will admit that I think 99% of Bigfoot is crap, but at least 10% or 1%.
Am I way off? That was purposely done. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I got it. That was good.
I got it.
And I can't do math very well.
You guys are sharp. You guys are sharp. Yeah. That would have been 1%, but that's all right. Way off. Yeah.
But that's right. Doctors give him a 80% chance of living, but there's only a 50% chance of that, or 50-50 chance of that happening.
That's why I think it's so much fun to come in here with you guys on Friday nights and Sunday nights, because you not only are you good thinkers, and sharp people, you've got a great sense of humor, and it tickles me to death a lot of times after the show.
And there's Jeremiah. There's Jeremiah with he knew exactly where I got that from. It's Enrico Palazzo.
Palazzo.
Oh, I love folks that have watched.
That's a great channel too, the Bigfoot Society,
That's
Jeremiah's channel.
Check it out.
Got some good stuff on there.
Yeah, that's freaking hysterical.
What a good interviews.
Sasquatch Seekers, you guys want me to push my premiere 30 minutes? I have no clue. Now we're gonna get off here in a couple of minutes, so
yeah, we're about ready to. Matter of fact, we got about 4 minutes left, I think, Steve.
Yeah. So anyway, yep. So it was a good talk tonight, and we got a great example of an internet troll. Maybe it was somebody that actually was purposely changed their name, came over here.
Maybe. It was done on purpose, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's entertainment.
You know, and I'm maybe I shouldn't have banned him. Maybe he was just doing it in humor.
It's okay. It's all right. You can unban him and then come back. Let him come back. Maybe he'll show up Sunday.
Well, if you were doing that just in jest, send me an email at admin@squatchdetective.com. Unfortunately, that's how we deal with trolls. If somebody comes in and does that, not the first time that's happened. Out of the blue, somebody will start shitting in the chat to get the chat rolling. And maybe people think that's great. I remember the Bigfoot evidence blog. They used to let every single comment go, and there were so many trolls there. And their response to me with that was, "Hey, you know why? It sells." No, but John. John says I wouldn't lose sleep, Steve.
Yeah,
but that's how I am. I don't like wronging people. If anything, as an investigator, I've always learned, and this is coming from a guy who calls out hoaxes, that I don't like wronging people. I don't like to not have all the evidence before making a final decision, if you know what I'm saying. It's kind of, unfortunately, that's just me. Hello, Sharon from Belgium. Welcome.
Sharon, good to see you.
Thanks for swinging by. But yeah, so that's the kind of person I am. I'm a very empathetic individual. I'm an understanding individual. Something people don't see normally, and that's why I kind of like doing these Friday night chats every once in a while, because people get to see the real me. And Chris can tell you, I get very concerned about wronging people.
Yep.
I don't like coming down hard on people necessarily, unless they deserve it. So when you see me come down hard on somebody, it means they are well deserved of it.
Yeah. Russ got a good question here. In this day and age, how much do you guys think is crap as to probable? A lot. I think a lot of it's crap.
Thank you, the Bigfoot Batman. Love the discussion. I subscribe and gave you guys a thumbs up. Keep up, guys. What you're doing. Thank you so much.
That. Thank you.
And that's what we try to do. We try to be real here. We're not fake. We're not putting out BS. We like calling out BS. If I'm glad to see you're on the channel. Enjoy the rest of the videos. We got a ton out there.
Unfortunately, with people making these a lot of fake videos just to put them on YouTube for hits, there's a lot of really crappy stuff out there. But every now and then, and we've had shows that's had them on there, there's some stuff that comes out that we like, and we both agree on it. It's like,
and let me explain something. A lot of those podcasts that I explained earlier, and that I talked about tonight, those people are researchers. Those people are investigators of this mystery. They're not just podcasters, not just YouTubers. We're not just YouTubers. A lot of people that are on YouTube are just YouTubers. That's what they do. They put content out. That's what these folks that are telling these cockamamie stories, they're just content creators. The reason why we want the truth, the reason why we want to talk the truth, the reason why we want to talk the science, the philosophy, the psychology, all of that wonderful stuff behind the mystery is because we're researchers as well. And we're researchers before we're YouTubers. And that's why it becomes so important. So that's, to me, it's about the truth of this thing. Like I said, I'm a professional investigator. And in the
spring and in the fall, when the leaves are off the trees, that's when I go.
Sasquatch in the night, exchanging tree nuts. That one's too light. I'll try a cedar. Anyway, well, folks, it's been a great show tonight. We appreciate y'all being here. Chris, do your thing, and we'll get out of here.
again, thanks everybody for coming out and hanging out with us on Friday night. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're humbled to have you. You're the greatest audience we could ever hope to have. And if it's your first time watching and you hadn't already, hit that thumbs up, punch the subscribe button, and let's see, share and ring the bell. Ring the bell, right?
Sharing is caring. Ring the bell. Hit that. When you subscribe, ring that bell. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out, folks. Last one out, turn the lights off, lock the door. We all love you all. We'll all catch you in a couple of nights in less than 48 hours for an all-new Squatch-D TV, and we'll see you all real soon.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member, and it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.